Hello, my name is Mariangela Bonizzoni and I am the PI of the Insect Genetics and Genomics Laboratory at the Department of Biology and Biotechnology at the University of Pavia, which is located in Pavia, a small city, a small university town about 40 kilometers away from Milano, in the north of Italy. I started my laboratory back in 2015 when I obtained a position as associate professor. I later became a full professor here at the University of Pavia in 2018. In my laboratory we study mosquitoes and we are particularly interested in invasive species of Italy, primarily Aedes albopictus, the Asian tiger mosquito. We are interested in studying mosquitoes because mosquitoes are vectors for a number of arboviruses such as dengue, Zika, chikungunya, and so they are a problem for our health. We study some phenotypes of mosquitoes which can be important as they are vectors for these diseases, and we want to identify ways that we can some biological characteristics of these mosquitoes that we can use for their control. Because nowadays we don't have any therapeutic treatments nor vaccine for viruses transmitted by mosquitoes, so the only way that we have is really to act on the vectors, on the transmission of these diseases through mosquitoes. In my lab, we use a system biology approach. We use different methodologies to try to study, for instance, insect immunity, but also their adaptation to current climatic changes. We have a very equipped insectary. We also have a cell room with which we do experiments using insect cells. And we have a very well-equipped molecular biology lab, and we also do a little bit of bioinformatics. I like to have a laboratory with people with different type of expertise, and I try to engage with the students as much as possible, but giving them the freedom to develop their own ideas. I'm very happy that I have an international laboratory with postdoc and PhD students coming from different parts of the world, because we spend so much time here in the lab working that we also want to learn not only biology but also other people's culture. Thank you.
What is your name?
Davide Sogliani.
Aida Khorramnejad.
Umberto Palatini.
Ila Gasmi.
Martina Carla Sara.
Stefano 40.
Hugo Perdomo.
Alejandro Nabor Lozada Chavez.
Amina Bahrami. Mpodokes Bantobezi.
Francesco Chen.
Claudia Alfaro. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Guatemala.
Italy.
I'm from Tunisia.
Mexico.
I'm coming from Iran.
Italy.
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 I'm from Iran.
Guatemala.
South Africa.
Italy.
What's the focus of your research?
My project here focuses on infecting mosquitoes with viruses that only affect mosquitoes, and we hope to understand this way how mosquitoes fight diseases in order to apply this later to viruses that are transmitted to humans.
Currently, I'm a postdoc interested in the evolutive and ecological driver of the interaction between insects and viruses. I'm working more particularly on the functional characterization of horizontally transferred genes from viruses to the Asian tiger mosquito and how those genes affect the antiviral response of the mosquito.
I have always been working on mosquito genomics and in general bioinformatics. I studied the antiviral response in mosquitoes mediated by small RNA pathways. I also studied metagenomics and genomics in general, and viral integrations, of course, which is the focus of the lab.
I'm studying the physiology and life history traits associated with thermal adaptation of different strains of Aedes albopictus and whether these traits are supported by heritable genetic modification. Also, I'm studying the effect of climate change on mosquitoes' microbiota.
My work is about on the understanding of how mosquitoes, particularly Aedes aegypti, are evolving and different populations around the world. So we are analyzing the genetic information that they have, and by taking the information from public databases like NCBI or other databases, and also taking information that this laboratory produce, like collecting mosquitoes from different locations around the world and make the large-scale analysis in order to understand basic but fundamental questions like what are the mechanisms behind of the genetic variation of these populations, or is there any evolutionary innovation or signal of adaptation.
Currently, I'm working on the thermal adaptation of the Asian tiger mosquitoes to temperate climates, and I'm doing this through a bioinformatics approach that allows me to identify the genomic markers underlying this adaptation, and then we can use this information to control the spread of these invasive species.
My main project focuses on thermal adaptation of Aedes albopictus. I'm working with 2 strains which come from either tropical or temperate regions of the world. Results of my study will provide insights on the effect of temperature on these mosquitoes, which is an hot topic due to climate change and global warming.
I'm a first-year PhD student, and I'm currently enrolled in a PhD program in molecular and cellular biology, and I'm investigating interactions between Aedes mosquitoes and insect-specific viruses using both in vitro and in vivo approaches.
I'm currently a second-year student of the master course Molecular Biology and Genetics. In this lab, I work with biology and the transmission dynamics of self-fusing agent virus in Aedes aegypti.
I am currently studying the proteomics of different mosquito strains, and I am trying to investigate if the viral insertions present in the mosquito genome are expressed into proteins.
I'm an international student here. I'm studying molecular biology and genetic. My project is about the effect of continuous exposure of the Bacillus transgenesis on Aedes albopictus for checking the fitness and microbiota.
I'm an international student currently enrolled with the University of Pavia. I am part of the master's degree program of molecular biology and genetics. The course that I'm doing requires an experimental thesis, of which I chose this current laboratory for. My research is based on Aedes, arboviral vectors, and insect-specific viruses.
What do you like most about the lab?
What I like, the research. One thing that got me here was the research that Maria Angela does about the interaction between host pathogens, particularly studying mosquitoes and viral integrations. But also what got me the interest to arrive here is the analysis of population genetics with these mosquitoes. But also one important thing is the people. After an interview with the boss, Maria Angela, and I had the chance to meet the people which were working here at that time. Some of them are still here, and they are very friendly, open, but most importantly, they are helping each other. So it's a good environment for work. Yeah.
I decided to come to this lab in 2019 after 3 different postdocs because of the up-to-date research interest of the group, which is a pioneer in the mosquito genomics and horizontal gene transfer in mosquitoes.
The thing I like the most about the lab is all the support I get to develop my career.
What I like the most about our lab is the scientific conversation and professional relationship with PI and other lab members.
What I like about this lab is that it allowed me to learn a different set of skills, both in molecular biology and in bioinformatics, to form a huge network of collaborations and to work on the science I love with a huge degree of freedom.
What I like of this lab is that I can interface with people whose expertise and backgrounds differ from my own, and I think that this can give an added value to my course of study here.
I've been here for 4 years now, and working in this lab gave me the opportunity to gain new skills and to learn new techniques thanks to the people that work and are currently working here with me.
I like this lab since I'm receiving a lot of support from my PI and from all the postdocs working here in the lab.
What I really like about this lab is that I get to work with a lot of people with whom I get along with, and also I get to learn a lot of techniques.
I choose this lab because not only I could learn more research skills, but also I could make a good contribution to the professional research team.
What I like most about the lab is that we're able to work together as a team to try to solve problems by comparing different scientific perspectives.
I like this lab, it's because I don't really feel like an outsider. The lab is really well blended in terms of diversity, like we mostly have international students, so I feel like I learn more than just science from my colleagues, but I learn also great life lessons.
I have to say hi or no? We don't say hi.
Really? Yeah. Do I look nice? Am I fine?
You're so pretty.
Thank you.
Where I am currently investigating.
Forget the word support.
Vai fuori! Vai fuori! Cioè, io cerco di star serio e sento...
Stop.
Okay, that's it.
And because the research line fits with my scientific interests. Esteban!